You are a cunt, big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but I tell you, you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt.
It's called Vivazen, a liquid shot marketed as a natural pain reliever, but its main ingredient, called kratom, can have the same effects as painkillers.
If you have a trauma, physical trauma, it's going to reduce the pain. If you have a psychological trauma, it's going to reduce the anxiety and the discomfort of the psychological trauma.
Kratom is a plant from Southeast Asia not regulated by the U.S. government. Users have said to get the same high as taking opiates.
A lot of folks who are coming off of opiates are using kratom to help bridge the gap and deal with the withdrawal syndromes of opiates.
Grassi is an adolescent substance abuse counselor and worries teens addicted to painkillers could turn to kratom instead, a cheaper and legal alternative.
And that really concerns me, is that are we going to have, discover down the road that it is more addicting, that it can cause adverse effects? Is it going to lead to difficulties later on?
In a statement to 8 News, Vivazen's media team said, quote, Vivazen is not habit forming when taken as directed. Kratom consumers may experience dependence similarly to caffeine if continuously consumed over long periods of time at high intake levels. They went on to note the directions on the bottle that warn against consecutive use. Claudia Rupsich.
You are a cunt, big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but I tell you, you're a motherfucking cunt.
Alright, see this right here? This is kratom. It's crushed leaf. It's like the consistency of powdered sugar right here. So this is the stuff. Alright, so this is going to be the beginner's guide to kratom. What I'm going to talk about is what it does for me, what it can do for you, the effects of kratom, how to take it, just everything you need to know. So, for me, what kratom does for me is it puts what's important to me, my goals, what's important to my life, what I want to do. It puts those thoughts in the front of my head. And that makes me be motivated to go after my goals, to go after the things that I want in my life. And it's seriously made a change in my life. My life is much better off having used kratom, using kratom, because I'm so much more motivated. I have those thoughts in the front of my mind. Why wouldn't I go after the things that are most important to me? Why wouldn't I do the hard work that I need to do in order to have the life that I want and be the kind of person that I want to be? And so that's the best thing about kratom. That's what it does for me. It has those things in the front of my mind, and it can do those things for you too. I use kratom like as a tool. Kratom is a tool that I use to help me to accomplish whatever I put my mind to. It helps me to be like calm, focused. It helps me have concentration. It helps me have the focus and concentration I need to pursue my goals and have a really good time doing that. I go to work, I do the work that I need to do, and I'm having fun. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm enjoying it, because even though it's hard work, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my life. So kratom encourages me to go out in the world and get things done. It's safe, it's inexpensive, and it's legal. So the effects are like, it's an antidepressant, it destroys anxiety, it's anti-anxiety, it's pro-social, it makes you want to go out and talk. Yeah, your first few times taking it, you may not stop talking for like 2 hours because you're going to be so happy about everything and enjoying yourself. You're just going to want to talk to people. It really does like create like kind of a sensation of like oneness with those around you, which is pretty cool. So you'll care more about other people and want to share the good feelings that you're having with others and help them feel that way too. So it produces motivation. It's a catalyst for productivity. And it also reduces like minor aches and pains. They'll just be completely gone when you have an aroma on kratom, which is great. Your body feels good. The official name of kratom is Mitragina speciosa. Kratom, I guess, is like a slang name. But anyways, it comes from Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Thailand. There's 3 types of kratom. There's fast strains, there's moderate strains, and there's slow strains. I like fast strains a lot, and I like moderate strains, but I don't like slow strains. So they all kind of overlap and do the same thing, but there's like different aspects that each provide. So with fast strains, they're usually going to be with white veins. That's kind of how you identify them. Fast strains have white veins, moderate strains have green veins in the leaf, and slow strain usually has red strains. But that's not a hard rule. There's some fast ass strains that have red veins, like Red Hot Hippo. So fast, it gives me a boost, like a steady boost in energy. I'm gonna be kind of feeling like light, feeling good. I'm gonna have like some extra energy, and I'll probably feel very social, concentrated, but motivated. And I love to take fast strains and then go to the gym because I'm gonna have a great time talking to people between my sets. I'm gonna love working out. I already love working out, but I'm gonna be like so motivated to be lifting weights, having a great time, and somebody's gonna have to pull me out of there. Okay. So it's really good for workouts. It's good for going out at night. Some people take some fast strain to kratom instead of drinking alcohol and go out at night. It's going to kind of like lower your inhibitions a little bit. You're just going to feel good. You're going to have a smile on your face. Inhibitions are going to be slightly lowered, and your body's going to feel good. So it is good. It's good for going out at night. Music's going to sound a little better too. It's going to be fun. So I like fast strains, but moderate strains are my favorite because I like taking kratom like for my day-to-day work. And moderate strains, like my mind can get a bit scattered, or I can be kind of distracted on a fast strain. But on a moderate strain, like I said, my thoughts, the things that are most important to me in my life, they're going to be right here in front of me. And that's going to help me to be motivated. It's going to help me to go after what I want. Those thoughts of what I truly want out of life, the person I want to become, they're going to be right on the top of my mind. And so why wouldn't I just go after those things and put all I can into them when they're right on the front of my mind? That's what I love about moderate strains, is that I'm concentrated, I'm focused, and I'm like a machine that goes after what I want, who I want to be. I really like that about that. As far as like slow strains, they kill anxiety, but they also make me drowsy, so I don't really like slow strains. Some people, like, taking kratom feels good, so some people, like, when they have a lazy Sunday and they're watching football or something, they'll like to take a slow strain, but it's really not for me. The general benefits of, like, all the types of kratom, though, like, good mood and optimism, that's going to be a major benefit of taking kratom. Increased focus and concentration, some pain reduction. It's also an alternative to antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs like SSRIs. You can take kratom instead, and they can help resolve those kinds of problems. It's gonna reduce your appetite. It's an appetite suppressant, which can majorly help you if you're having problems with weight loss, because you're gonna feel good when you take kratom, and you're not gonna think about food. You can just kind of forget about food, and you'll only really need to eat if you want to. You won't have this urge to eat when it's not part of your diet, and you'll feel great. You'll be able to diet and also feel social and just go about your life feeling as you normally would. So it helps people get clean from smoking too, or hard drugs. It's an antioxidant, and it also is an anti-diarrheal. So if you have diarrhea, go ahead and take some kratom. It'll fix you right up. So how to take kratom? I've tried a bunch of different ways to take kratom. The best way to take it is in applesauce. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I started out mixing it up with water and then just drinking it. That was cool. And then I tried toss and wash, which is where you scoop the dry powder into your mouth and then like chase it with water. So both of those are cool, but the aroma wasn't like really consistent. The aroma, the effects, they weren't really like consistent, and I couldn't control exactly what was going to happen or how I was going to feel depending on how much kratom I took or what strain I took. I could be somewhat confident, but not completely. But taking it in applesauce solved all those issues. It's kind of weird, but there's something in applesauce that it must take the alkaloids out. It must help extract them because it potentiates it. You get a better aroma. It's totally consistent. You can take the kratom and know exactly the amount that you took and the effects that it's going to give you. So taking an applesauce, I mix it up in there, and then I just eat it. And I have a video on that, actually, how to do that on my channel, so you can look for that. But that's definitely the best way to do it. So mix it up in applesauce, okay? Your first burn. For your first burn of kratom, you're going to want to take like 2 teaspoons of kratom. That's about 4 grams. You might get kind of drowsy if you took more than that, but 4 grams is definitely enough that you know you're going to feel it. So you're going to feel it no matter what. But it's not going to be too much really to make you get drowsy. I'll go with a moderate strain. Go with Happy Hippo 1. That's going to be the one that you're going to want to take first. Moderate strain, you're going to be able to feel like kind of all the effects that kratom offers, which I would definitely go with Happy Hippo 1. Happy Hippo 1 is great. It feels really good. You're going to start to notice an aroma from like anywhere from like 30 to 60 minutes after like taking it. That's when you're going to start to notice the effects, and they last around like 6 to 8 hours. And it's going to like peak during probably the second hour. You need to know that you need to be hydrated when you take kratom. Drinking a lot of water while you're using it is actually going to help you have a better aroma. You're going to have better effects from doing that. Just drinking water always just helps with your aroma. I like to take it on an empty stomach too. That's how I prefer it. I just get better effects and it feels better to me. And last thing I want to mention is the sweet spot. So like I said, if you take too much kratom, you're going to get drowsy, and that's not good. You can't just take more and more and feel better and better. That's not how kratom works. So you want to take an amount where you can feel it, but it's not too much where you get drowsy. That's the sweet spot. So for me, with a fast strain, that's about 2 to 3 grams. So either a teaspoon or a heap teaspoon for me. That's the sweet spot for me. And then with a moderate strain, it's about 4 to 6 grams. So that's the sweet spot for me, but everybody's going to find their own sweet spot. So that's about it. That's the beginner's guide to kratom. And go ahead, go to my website, kratomhappy.com, to learn more. And kratomhappy.com is not a place where you can buy kratom, but I show you where I get it. And that's a really important thing with kratom, is that it's all about quality. The most important thing is about the quality of the leaf you're getting. And the place where I get it is high quality every time. And that's what's going to make all the difference with kratom and taking it. So I'll show you on my website where to get it, where I get it. And other than that, happy burning.
You are a cunt. If that's stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt.
Hi, it's Veronica. I haven't done a video in a couple of days, so I wanted to show you guys about a product, and I'm not trying to sell it, called Vivazen. It is a non-narcotic, but it is for minor muscle pain after exercise. Says it provides a warming sensation of comfort with an herbal extract blend that supports well-being and helps you get back in the game fast. So I just took one shot of these, and it was like $14.99. So this better work, because I am having horrible pain. It's from, I'm not going to go into it, but very bad pain. So if this takes the edge off of it, we'll see. If not, refund. Alright, I'll come back when I feel something. Alright. No, I didn't cut my hair in the time that, that passed. But, as you can tell, my speech is slower. I'm kind of having trouble concentrating, but that's not what it was supposed to do. It slows you down a lot. And it really does help the pain, which is amazing because my tolerance for anything is immense. So, I mean, one of these shots, you have to take them with, all at once, because it's all a bunch of herbs, and it looks grainy too. It's like 5-hour energy with pepper or sand. Yeah, it's pretty pretty good stuff. You're not like high or anything. You just feel relaxed. And the pain is just, for me, it's just, like a 5 instead of a 10. So, I was turned onto this from another YouTuber. I will put their name here when I get to it. And I thank them very much because, it's legal. It's a little up there in price in Philadelphia, so sucks. But, oh well. Alright. Thank you very much for listening. And subscribe to my weird channel. And I'll see you next episode of whatever I make. See you later. Bye.
You are a cunt. Big bad stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but it tell you you're a motherfucking cunt.
Hi, my name is Brian Bostwick. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Arlington, Texas. I have a 1-year-old son. He's here with me today. You might hear him in the background. He's kind of fussy. Now, I was first introduced to Kratom by my brother, and he's been taking it for about a year. And he swears by it, he believes in it. And he was telling me, hey, I should try it for my anxiety. Now, all my life, I've been given anti-anxiety medications. I've tried the Prozac, I've tried everything else, and I've never really gotten any effect from it. It seemed placebo-like in the beginning. Now, when I took the Kratom, at first, I underdosed it. I took like half a gram. I didn't notice, much effect. I noticed that about 1 gram, I was alleviated from a lot of my anxiety, which I thought was very unique, and what I noticed is I had no addictive principle to this. I didn't want to take it, over and over and over, which was surprising to me, because they sell this in head shops. I was, scared that it's taboo. It might be drugs or, and that's really not my kind of thing. Kratom leaf, it seemed to me like it was being marketed as some kind of drug, and, I didn't know what to think about it. I was explained by my brother that this is an all-natural, unadulterated plant. It's a kratom leaf that hasn't been mixed with any other chemicals, so I was less reluctant to try it. When I did try it, I'm a 250-pound guy. I underdosed it. I did receive the anxiety relief that I was looking for, something that, the Prozac and all the other medications that, psychiatrists had prescribed to me had failed on. It actually did alleviate that anxiety. When you take it, it's very similar in the pain-relieving principles as taking, any kind of pain pill. But what I noticed, Kratom leaf does not give you the sedation, the addiction, just everything that seems nasty about those medications. Kratom doesn't do that. This is not something that I've taken every day, but on an as needed basis when my anxiety is too great. But what I noticed is that I had a bad sunburn, and even the bad sunburn, the Kratom took away all that sensation. I was like, wow, it's really surprising. I might work out and be very sore, and I could take the Kratom after, and it alleviates all the soreness in my muscles, in a way that nothing else will. My brother, he presented the Kratom to me because it had worked so much to alleviate his pain. He suffers from Crohn's disease, and what I noticed is every doctor or gastroenterologist would prescribe him tons of pain medicine. He was on high doses of morphine, you name it. Every pain pill that was imaginable had been prescribed to him. And I literally believe that he was dying more and more each day. They would increase his dosage to deal with the pain. He would nod all the time. I just didn't think there was any end in sight with these medications. And the fact that he took the initiative to go out there and to try something different because he wanted to get off these pills, and that the Kratom was able to alleviate these addictive principles and this pain that he's been dealing with for so many years. It's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. I don't think anything else could have done that for him.